Ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly look at a particular team. Few years ago, we're competing back-to-back in the Champions League. They were the cream de la cream of football generally all around the world. In fact, they are the first team to win the treble in England, and how times have changed. It was so funny and so let me say, will I say ridiculous, that yesterday on Manchester United's official Twitter account, I saw it there celebrating their comeback to the Champions League. Mide, if it never happened to you before, you know go now as they think they feel. Arsenal used to be mocked for celebrating top four. Now Manchester United are out of the wilderness and they know what it is to be in the wilderness.
Top four is not something to celebrate actually, but at the same time, we have to give credit because before you make top four, you must have earned a good amount of points to make that position. And kudos to Arsene Wenger. A lot of managers are finding out that keeping Arsenal in the Champions League for 17 straight years, no be beans. And you could tell from that tweet that everybody actually reeling.
They felt it.
Yeah, even in the stadium, it was party time. Everybody was happy.
How times have changed that a whole Manchester United, the theater of dreams, almost became the theater of nightmares.
No, it has been footballing nightmares. Let's face it. In the last 3-4 years, they have been going from one issue to another, and in the footballing wilderness. So you more expect them to celebrate because one, it gives them opportunity. At least it gives the new owners the ability to feel like, okay, at least we are making progress. Since we got in, we have been able to bring this to the team. Unlike in the previous regime where we have failed to make, and we are trying to do. So these are things that they can actually use to be like, well, we have actually done well. We can do more, but we can do well. So ultimately, that game, they showed that they wanted it more. They showed that they wanted him, and it reflected in the fan. The fans were cheering them up. Everywhere was pumped. Even the players, the manager.
80,000.
Do you get? Everybody was, and it was so important they have to, because should they not make that top four right now, I don't know when they will.
Not making the Champions League last year was a financial disaster for them.
Yeah.
A lot of their deals were cut off. The deals with Adidas, their sponsorship deal, their jersey deals, a lot of those deals were cut short.
A lot of money will be gathered. A lot of money
was lost. Yeah. And getting that Champions League place back was a lot for them. And even myself, I felt for them. Now, the question is, Elizabeth, you are laughing. Yes, I felt for them. For me as a natural football fan, I believe in some natural hierarchy and order. For you to experience the best, you need to send your best out. And Manchester United, any day, any time, leave tradition and history, they still remain one of the best teams in England. Let me ask, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
This return to the Champions League, is it Manchester United back with the big boys, or is it just a flash in the pan?
Well, I want to see it in two ways. I want to, agree with you on that two ways that you mentioned. First of all, they are back to where they belong. Glory, Manchester United. Like you mentioned, they are one of the biggest team, if not the biggest team in England and even across Europe.
Yeah.
They come second after Madrid and all of that. But looking at how they got the 3 points yesterday, I think I want to look at some things in that game. If you are playing a toothless attack like that of Liverpool yesterday, no Salah, no Ekitike, no Isak, you are just playing a bunch of midfielders.
Frimpong, right?
Do you understand? And I feel like you should be doing more in that game. You should be there are their attempts. I think it should be more clinical. And then also the way they consider those 2 goals, you don't do that in the Champions League if you're going to the Champions League. Imagine how Ahmad lost that ball and then got dispossessed by Szoboszlai, and that same Szoboszlai still scored that first goal. Can you imagine? Now look at that mispass from Lamens. If you are not a team that plays from the back and you try it and you meet an high press from a trio of Bayern Munich, the likes of Harry Kane, Diaz, and Olise in the Champions League, come on, you will get trashed. You will get trashed.
What Manchester United played yesterday? If they had played the same thing against a better opposition, they would have actually lost that thing.
Honestly, So I'm not saying they should not celebrate. It's a good one, but I think there should be and let's also not forget how the game went down. If anybody for what it was would just see the scoreline and be like, okay, yes, they did well. But what if it was a proper attacking side that you faced? I'm not sure you'll be able to get those wins and a good one from Mainoo anyways for standing up to the occasion, getting them the third goal and bringing back the lead. Because as a 2-2, Liverpool already thinking
the game was open.
Yes, that they could get the wins. And then just look at the midfield of Liverpool. It's not just good. That is why they can stroll in, get their wins and all of that. But for me, and then I look at Carrick also. I look at his sub. Ever since he joined Manchester United, he has been winning on the fact that certain players have been the one doing that job. I don't see him go to the bench and bring apart from that Sesko magic super sub that he has been doing, I've not seen him do subs like that.
The question is, does Manchester United have a bench?
No, they don't have a bench. That is another worry for them in the Champions League. You don't go into Champions League and then you want to run down Fernandes for how many games? You don't rely only on Fernandes alone. He will get tired. Fatigue will set in. Injuries will come up. You're going to be competing in 4 competitions come next season. A lot of things need to be put in place. Even if they are trying to replace a Casemiro, I think they should also be worried about other positions. After Sesko's injury, he brought in an Ahmad. Look at what Ahmad did as he came on into the game. Look at, there is no Zexi. He has players. I'm not saying
Zexi came in and I was wondering, is he still a Manchester United player?
Do you understand? So I feel like Carrick should look into more of how to integrate those other players. Whether we like it or not, they cannot sell everybody. So what you have, you still need to start making use of them right now for you to to plan how your season will happen next season.
This team, can they survive a grueling at least 50-56 match season?
I don't think so. And with what we
because they've played the least possible number of matches.
Yes.
They are playing 40. They played 37.
With what the current squad now and the manager they have in, you could tell that Manchester United, good one that they made the Champions League, but they will know they will face harsh reality in the Champions League. Reality in the sense that when you're going to the Champions League, you need the squad depth. And does Manchester United have it right now? Though, well,
sometimes you will be playing 4 matches in 10 days.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that come summer they will recruit. But on evidence on how Ineos and Co have actually been running them on stringent budgets, I doubt. But let's see how it goes. But should they not improve the squad in terms of depth? I see them.
You believe that Manchester United cannot survive with this kind of team playing?
And it is
they
not
don't even experience this new format of the Champions League.
It is not even about this. It is about the performance. I'm looking at the performances.
Even playing one game a week, the performance has not been impressive.
They have not been. A lot of teams that are playing far more are playing more expansive, more. They are showing more. Especially in recent weeks. Yeah, at the very beginning, new manager bounce, player were for it, giving their all, all gun blazing and all of that. But in recent weeks, they have actually been, just been grinding out wins. Credit to them, they have been grinding out wins, and that's the most important thing. But over time, that will just prepare over the cracks. The cracks are starting to show. They are just using those wins to cover up what deficient performance they have been serving. We saw against Leeds, we saw against Brentford. If not for
they could have
lost that game in the first half, even before
against Chelsea. They were holding by 18 line.
By 18 line, So all of this thing will come into play unless, and that is the thing. You remember when you asked me that do I think Carrick has done enough, to continue as permanent manager? I told you. The sample size is too small, and we cannot judge on this until we see him in a proper season.
I think I'm still going to ask that question.
So, for me, all eyes is still on Carrick and that United depth. Yeah. Should they win the Champions League? They already made it, but once they get into it, let's how they fair. But for now, I don't see it happening.
Elizabeth, the question I want to ask is: qualifying for the Champions League, will it help Manchester United in recruiting players?
Well, it should help them, and if it doesn't help them, they'll face it.
They'll
face it when they go and face, because in the Champions League now, in the league phase, you have to face about 4 big teams.
More matches, more injuries.
Do you understand? And if you are facing big teams in the Champions League, you're not facing Arsenal, you're not facing Man City, you're definitely be facing the likes of Bayern, the likes of PSG, the likes of Atletico Madrid, the likes of Barcelona.
There are possibilities that they can face Arsenal.
And I'm saying in their league phase first.
League phase. Okay.
That's reality.
There's Real Madrid there, there's Barcelona there. There are a lot of big teams.
I'm not trying to to shame or to water down what they've done so far since Carrick joined. Yes, they've been good, they've been solid, but to what end? next season.
Manchester United, if you can write this down, your first match in the Champions League next season will be Manchester United versus PSG. Yes. You can write that. Yes, you can take me for my word. And if you don't play PSG in your first match, all your group matches, out of the 8 matches you play, you definitely play PSG. I want to see Manchester United Maguire against Bradley Bakowa, Desire Adue, and Ousmane Dembele. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be fantastic. Can you even be seeing a 5-4? Let me see what I want to say. Mide, despite all you want to say, and I'll still come at you, despite all you want to say, we have seen Michael Carrick get wins against Arsenal at the Emirates. One of the, apart from Bournemouth, I think Manchester United are the only other team that beat that beat Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium this season. We've seen him get a win against Manchester City. Bad as a bad. If you get him against Manchester City, you have done something good at Old Trafford. We've seen him get a win against Liverpool. These are the arch rivals. Manchester United have only 3 wins in 20 meetings against Liverpool. We've seen him get wins against Chelsea at Old Trafford. Manchester United has not won at Old Trafford in 6 years. For 6 years, they did not win at Old Trafford. We have seen him bring Manchester United from ages, from the depth of shame to the brink of glory, saving their season. Should Manchester United and Ineos just take that gamble, give him the job, it cannot get worse than this. Why are you laughing?
I think
I'm giving you things. I'm giving you things that a lot of managers are not able to do this season. How many times has Manchester United beat Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Chelsea in the same season?
Well, this is what got them Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the first place. You know, believing that he has what it takes. See, football at the highest level has gone past where you can just say you have won a few. Because, see, let's not forget that you mentioned that Manchester United have played just 40 games season, or let's say they're about to play 40 games
they have
this
played
season.
37.
Okay, let's even max it 40. 40. Out of that 40 game now, how many did he manage? Do you get me? And look at
for context, since Carrick has been coach of Manchester United, he has the highest number of points.
Yeah, I know, 32 points
for all managers, including Brendan Boys and
Arteta. I know. In 14 games, he has garnered 32 points, the highest in the league. Fine, but are you now? Compared and contrast now, compared to Liverpool, who were into the Carabao Cup, into the FA Cup, in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and they were at least still battling this same Manchester United for a third place.
With injuries to key players.
Imagine, and this is a team that is lacking in confidence, and you have your team that is playing once. In fact, sometimes once in 2 or 3 weeks.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
For a time, they didn't play for 24 days.
So that's to tell you. See, I'm not a Grinch. I'm not a bad person. I'm not wishing bad for Carrick. But at the same time, we have to be realistic. I'm not saying he has not done the fantastic job, but it would be foolish of Manchester United directly. Yes. At this point,
even the teams you mentioned.
So you agree with me that they should
No, I'm coming. Even the teams you mentioned, they are teams that they have something to play. After a few days, when they beat them, when they beat Arsenal had something to play for. When they beat City has something to play for. Now it is only Liverpool that will say, okay, yes, they beat home and away. Now the second leg, and they beat them because of the fact that there were no attackers in that game. They didn't even have a number 9. They didn't have a winger. The only winger they had in that game was a Cody, a dead Cody. Literally dead Cody Gakpo in that game.
And I was playing as his main striker.
Do you understand? So I feel like I'm not saying it has not done enough, but I think that's reality. Like Media has been saying, and like I've been saying here, we set him next season by the time they play Champions League, because now the expectation, they've set the standard already for themselves. So now they must do well in the Champions League and go past the first round
phase
of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. No be the one where Grimsby go come out you or you go play Brighton first match, they go come out you. They've set the standard already now that they are back. So by next season, let them show us that truly they are back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very, very interesting one. And Liverpool, not to talk about Liverpool, but I just want to ask this question, guys. Who should be blamed for Liverpool's loss yesterday?
Ultimately, I think it should still be down to Slot, because if I look at that game, you could see in that should I say 15 or so minutes that Ruben Gomora came in, it was a thorn in the flesh of United players. See, yesterday it was so flat in Liverpool's attack that if not for Szoboszlai, imagine life without Szoboszlai.
And casual
It was
errors.
So no. Casual. No. I'm forget even about the error now. The goals. I'm not even talking about
That's
the
what I'm
goals.
saying, that casual errors from Manchester United.
Yes. If not for that, yesterday would have been so flat. It would have been a very straightforward win. You know, nobody was running at their defense. Somebody was troubling them. Gakpo was, non-existent. Frimpong, that one a short one. Who else again? In that,
Robertson is a dead robber.
you see, Robo is not Robo again. There's nothing Robo about him again.
And that one is Curtis Jones as a makeshift right back.
Curtis Jones as right
Konate
back.
and Van, what do you call that guy? Sir?
I don't want to sound disrespectful. I don't want to, But
Virgil van Dijk.
you could see. So yesterday I was expecting Rio.
in that game.
See,
Start.
play him 90 minutes. Even though it will be considered, but he'll be knocking on this. He'll be giving them something to think about.
Yeah, this
and
is real experience.
and that was what yesterday should be about. You don't have your best. Play whatever. You don't have any other trophy.
Nobody's expecting you to
fight
go.
for. There's no Champions League. There's no FA Cup. There's no Carabao Cup. Then why not just go and play? What if people will say, what if he Rio gets injured? Who does he have again? Let him get injured first.
Mm-hmm.
You have to beat what is in front of you before you think of another thing, and that is why I think managers
Liverpool still play Chelsea.
Yeah.
they'll still play
That
Chelsea. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But
No, that's what I'm saying. That we did as bad as they had. They still have Chelsea to play.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you don't have, they don't have a lot. This is a young man. There's a young player that is. I said it at the very beginning that why is Nguma not starting?
Not in that game.
Definitely.
It was so nonsensical. You have Cody and Frimpong, for crying out loud. Are you telling me? Are you telling me Frimpong will be better than Rio? Even though he's not naturally a right winger,
Yeah.
he will do a lot more. He will
As an
trouble.
attacker.
He will trouble, sure, more than Frimpong. Frimpong was just feeble, so
Nothing.
he was just easily shrugged off the ball. There was no urgency. There was
Nothing.
See, nothing. They come out of in Jerusalem. Nothing they come out. When I see them like this, nothing they show. So these are the issues. So I would still say it boils down to Slot. Sometimes he will do his selection will be right, and sometimes you just be waiting be this. So I think until, and that's the reason why should he continue as Liverpool manager, Liverpool still continue to suffer.
They'll continue.
Elizabeth, your parting shot.
Slot the slot. He broke that record for Liverpool yesterday. This is the first time in 10 years that Manchester United will beat Liverpool home and away.
Wow.
Yes, in 10 years. The last time they did it was in 2015-2016 season. Now, like Mide mentioned, yes, I just want to say something. This Slot, I think he should be blamed for every bad thing that has happened to Liverpool this season. Whether Salah is going or not, there's no replacement for him on a normal day. And you're a defending champion, playing in the Champions League, FA, and what have you. This person is going. Trent is going. You didn't get a proper.
He bought Frimpong.
Frimpong is naturally Frimpong cannot even give you what he can do. There are players in the Premier League, for God's sake. Why not go for Lino? There's an Lino there. I'm sorry to say, even the players he bought, they are the issues. Number one, injuries didn't favor him, and even his tactical approach in that game. Why go for multiple midfielders in that game without any attacker? And in that, the way he choked that midfield, Kobbie Mainoo was busting around that midfield in that game yesterday. So it was just Slot. I pray you will not slot these people back to 15th position where Manchester left it last season.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very, very interesting and exciting show. I want to believe you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. For those that have been dropping comments, we really appreciate your comments. Thanks for all the feedbacks we have been seeing, we have been checking, and God bless you. Media and Elizabeth, thanks for coming.
A pleasure, as always.
Pleasure.
And Chelsea.
Arsenal.
My team get my
Arsenal.
3 p.m. now.
Arsenal.
No issues.
Please remember to follow us on all our social media handles at Score City NG, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Like, subscribe, drop your comments on YouTube. We would like to feel your heartbeat. Manchester United, what are the odds of them fighting for the Premier League title next season? And Liverpool, will they be able to find a way back from this deep trench that they have dug for themselves? My name is Adi Damola. Like I say, you don't know how far you have gone until you find your way back home. See you next time, and thanks for watching.